All right, let's try that. Hey, there we go. Get headphones. Check some sounds. Game here. Okay, it looks like everything's good on my end. Let's go here. And we'll work on getting some links sent out. I hope everyone had a pleasant Thanksgiving if you celebrated it. We stayed home. We were going to go to Boise, but weather, we got enough snow. I'm kind of glad we stayed home. So, we stayed home. We were going to go to Boise, but so we'll get some links shared out here really quick, and we'll jump in the game. We are in version 1.49, which brings new sky, new weather, well, new night sky. The new night sky looks fantastic. And I haven't ran into any weather yet, so. Come on, Facebook, hurry up. We got about, I don't know, 6 inches of snow, probably. We didn't get the 10 they were calling for, but that's that, and that's that. We are in the middle of a delivery right now. We're heading from Burlington, Colorado down to Waco, Texas. And we're hauling a wheel loader. The Mack is back to just tandem axles, as 1.49 did cause a lot of problems with several mods. The tri-drive Mack, the hood disappears. And then I noticed going through some other mods that the hood disappeared on one of the international mods. And then a few trucks it won't even let you load the game with them. So if you do have a lot of mods, before you jump in the game, I do recommend checking your mods beforehand. So I had to actually sell a couple of trucks because I had some AI drivers driving them, and they no longer exist in the game, so I had to fire 3 drivers too. It happens. But the new skybox looks fantastic. Let's go photo. Let's go photo mode here. Real quick. We're just sitting on the side of the road right now, but the stars actually twinkle like they're supposed to. The game has a moon again. You can kind of see a bit of the Milky Way there. So definitely a huge improvement as far as the night skybox goes. But the truck is still a 13 speed. We're running the 700 horsepower Australian spec engine in it still. And I'm going to crack open my RC Cola. Just had lunch. But my wife and I stayed home for the Black Friday stuff because we don't mess with that anymore. It's just not worth it. That and I don't know how the main streets are, but the side streets, it's kind of a slushy, icy mess. So we'll get the truck fired up here, and oops. I didn't want that. I wanted that. So. Yeah, the new night sky just looks so good. So the only visual mod I'm running right now is a grass and vegetation mod. Of course, the night sky mod I had is no longer compatible with the game, and since they said they improved the weather, I decided to turn my weather mod off. Get up to at least 30, and then we'll turn the blinkies off. As soon as we get up to speed, it's time to slow down again. I had a pretty good day Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at work. Wednesday I didn't think I was going to have much to do, but thankfully a couple of customers decided they would actually take their delivery, so instead of having nothing or one to do, I actually ended up doing 3 right around here local. 2 in Jerome and then 1 over to Buell. And they all went smoothly, which was a little unnerving. They were all where Google Maps said they were, which is a bit of a rarity. So, yeah. Wednesday went really nice. Tuesday, took a big old house up to Haley. And actually, we had to put part of it on a second truck because there were just so many. Why don't we just go straight ahead, GPS, instead of making a left and then a right and then another left? Why don't we just go straight and then just make a left? Which is actually something Google does in real life when you use it to navigate, and I don't know why. So the occasional odd GPS route is fairly accurate if you use Google Maps to navigate. We are heading south to Waco, Texas. And we're gonna detour a bit so I can hit a highway I haven't driven on at all, as Kansas comes out at the end of the month. believe the release date is November 30th for Kansas. I have tried one of the new special transports, which is a wind turbine blade, and the model's a little off from what you actually see rolling down the highway. I'm not going to throw any shade about that because wind turbine blades might be designed a little different over in Europe, which is where the game dev is. But the trailer actually automatically counter steers, so you don't have to do anything with the trailer to go around sharp bends. It automatically turns the opposite way you're turning, so the blade doesn't get up like against light poles and signs when you make a right or left turn. And it actually does it really smoothly. I think the only time I had any problems with it was if I cut a turn a little too, or actually I approached a turn wrong, and the trailer actually turned into the guardrail. That was more of a lineup issue than an issue with the way the game actually steers the trailer. So that's actually pretty promising, I think. I'd like to see a few more loads with that, with a trailer that counter steers. Even with the heavy or the increased traffic density mod I have, that particular delivery went pretty smoothly. Where did it go? Went from Pueblo up to Lamar, Colorado with it. We might actually do one of those this stream. Yeah, let me know how your week's going. If you ventured out to deal with the Black Friday crowds, or if you were like me and just stayed home. I had to shovel the driveway because the snow is just heavy enough and deep enough that a little too much for the snowplow. We did a little. Not super thrilled with the way it was working today. I couldn't keep the blade angled the way I wanted it to, and I'm not sure if the light bar, one of the wires got pinched, or there's a short in the receiver, because it actually came on with a separate function, and now it doesn't work. So I'm a little pissed off about that. And not so much that, about $20 because the light bar broke, but it's really kind of a pain in the ass to get that cab put back together and take it apart if I need to replace it. So I think a little lighter snow will try filming the snowplow again. I got some footage. I might slap a little video together of it. Shoveled snow and came inside frustrated because the snowplow wasn't working right. And decided, well, 1.49's out, and I haven't streamed in a little while, so thought we'd jump in the game. Kind of hang out for a little while. Since we stayed home, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to go anyways, so we kind of prepared ahead. So while the wife was out Wednesday because she's off all week for Thanksgiving because of school, she picked us up a tri-tip and some red potatoes, so that's what we had for Thanksgiving dinner. Was really nice tri-tip. Some red potatoes. I think this might actually be where we want to turn. Go the different way. Yes. So we'll actually come up here to this little sign. I haven't driven that road either. It was actually going to come over here to 83. We might still go over to 83. And then we'll see if we can find a load coming back up here to Pueblo. Or Colorado Springs, maybe. Yeah, we'll go down to the next turn. Maybe that's the turn I did. Oops, I think I wanted to go that way. Yep, I didn't want to go that way. Where's the scale at, though? That's kind of weird. One moment, we will correct this. All right. Yeah, we'll go this way. Of course, part of the reason we don't do the Black Friday thing anymore is, well, nothing we want's ever on sale on Black Friday. Or ever, for that matter. Is that right in the middle of the intersection? Surely not. It's pretty close. Let me check the map again here. Yeah, we want to turn here and go over to 83. Now that I know where I'm going. What are you doing? You plenty of room there. There's no stop sign. What are you doing here? Smalls are killing me. Welcome to America, where nobody knows how to use a roundabout. Including AI programmed to use a roundabout. Doing alright on fuel, so I don't think we need to stop. We did get the message to hit the way station, but I don't think we're going to worry about it now that the notification went away. We got plenty of time to haul this excavator or loader with anyways, so. Yeah, end of the month and we'll have another state. To explore in-game. That'll be fun. Been a while since I've been to Kansas. Or through Kansas, I should say. Somebody's stuck in my pocket because I didn't turn my sound off on my phone. We got a beautiful morning sky. Of course, we're going way faster than everybody else for some reason. So you should be able to at least do 65 here, buddy. Minus the fact that you probably aren't going to do 65. But this is the first update I've gotten in a while that's had so many mods needing to be updated to work properly. The TriDrive Anthem. I was going to comment on the mod page itself, but the author was already aware that the update screwed up the mod, so he already knows about it, and he's posted he'd have a fix for it here in a couple days or so. And it was easy enough fix in game. I just changed the chassis out, got the hood back. I have not checked out the new used truck dealers. That's a thing. But that's probably what screwed up the mods, is all the work and things that go with the new used truck dealer. Here's an important text. It's text from Mom. Thankfully, the traffic light in the game's long enough to text my mom back while we're waiting. But I think that's probably what's causing the issue with the modded trucks, is all the things that go with buying the used trucks. But they put more wear and tear on them. Apparently we're going to have to wait through the light again. I'm not sure why that would make the hood disappear. That's a little weird. But, I don't know. But I'd imagine that is probably what everybody's going to have to update their trucks. to play nice with 1.49. I know the TriDrive mod for the Anthem had problems. One of the mods for the International 9900i, I noticed a few people in one of those mods mentioning that the hood disappears on one of the chassis configurations of that. And then the FLB Freightliner and the Argosy both don't work at all. They're completely incompatible with the game at the moment. The R model is incompatible. I'm really kind of surprised the CHU wasn't affected by the game or the update. Because I don't think the CHU Mac is getting updated at all now. I think one person made a repair on it or a patch for it to work, and then that's probably going to get forgotten about unless somebody else picks up the mod. Check my map again. Okay, it does have us going to 83. Right on. That's what I wanted to check. But I did notice in the truck manager menu there's a refresh button, so I don't know if you have a truck that has a lot of miles, you can take it in and get it rebuilt or reset to factory, or I don't know. I haven't messed around with it yet. So I could have went straight and got the rest of that hidden road. Oh well. Should be getting a few more hours at work, as one of the drivers had to have surgery on his hand again. So he'll be out for probably 2 or 3 weeks at least, I'd imagine. I don't think it was as severe as they thought it was going to be, so he won't be out for like a month or more. But his surgery went well. My sister also had to have surgery, and it went well, so thankfully now, hopefully everybody I know is in good health. No more surgeries, no more illness. That'd be super. We are getting rain a little bit here. What else came with this update? The update also included new key binding options. I don't think it had any bug fixes with it. So primarily I think the majority of this update was to get the used truck dealer in the game, and the skybox for nighttime, and the weather. The rain does sound better. Miles to the state line. So, last few updates really have improved the game leaps and bounds. So, I really got to commend SCS on still working hard on the game after all this time, since ATS initially came out back in 2016. And we're in Texas. Did have a chance yesterday to talk to my best friend, who I hadn't talked to in a while. Him and his family are doing good. And despite the weather was kind of hit or miss most of the day, Mom made it. Mom didn't have that far of a drive. Mom came over for Thanksgiving dinner with us. That was super nice. So we did. We had tri-tip, because the wife and I aren't big fans of turkey. Roasted red potatoes, and then she made a peanut butter pie, which was super delightful. And thankfully, it stayed just warm enough the roads hadn't turned to ice when Mom left to go home, so she just had to drive home in some slush. But that was nice, quiet, kind of cozy Thanksgiving here for us. Trex was super happy that it snowed, so she got to go out and play in the snow this morning. Her dog absolutely is terrified of rain, but snow's okay. Frozen precipitation is alright. Not frozen precipitation is not okay. She doesn't like going outside in the rain. Oh shit. Didn't realize you'd come to a complete stop in the middle of the road for noise. It's kind of one of those instances where the heavier traffic is a little bit of an annoyance, since the AI doesn't quite know what to do. But I do kind of like the heavier traffic. adds a bit more realism to the game in certain areas. However, in places like Wyoming, where there isn't a lot of traffic anyways, because there's nobody there, it's a little unrealistic. However, unlike people in real life, the AI knows not to block a street when you come to a stop like that and you can't clear the intersection. Bravo AI. Question is, are we going to be able to clear the intersection? Yeah, we'll be alright. Yeah, we cleared the intersection at least. UDS. Like, wait, it really says UPS? So with some mods having some conflicts with the new version of the game, on this particular profile, my main profile, we're down to 51 mods. We're over 60 at one point. And graphics-wise, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm only using a vegetation for improving graphics at all. And then several sound packs, fixes, and some paid sound files. Several modded trucks and several mods for more parts for trucks, like some reworks, some patches. The Anthem, I have an improved dashboard in it, and the bull bars and push bars and things. And now that they've kind of upgraded the weather and night skybox, that's 2 less mods I have in my mod load order. So for me, the game has actually been pretty stable, just because I run so many fewer mods than a lot of people. I know Jeff Fabiano, his game is always stuttering and hiccuping, but he has like 100 and something mods. And I'll get a little hiccup here and there, but nothing like him. You don't have to stop to slow down. Okay. You can just slow down. Not sure where that fire truck is going. But... okay then. Yeah, I think we will top off since we're right here. 341. I wish diesel was that cheap in real life. It's like still 450, I think, up here in Idaho. We don't need to nap at all. So if anybody needs a hamburger, you can run in and get one. I was a little far past the asshole line. But it's kind of hard to believe that it's already Thanksgiving. October and September seemed to drag, but November just went by real quick for me. That gave us enough snow that come next week I'm probably going to have to throw tire chains on. Not really looking forward to having to do that again. And it's not that I hate them. They're just kind of a pain in the ass to put on. It's more of a I just don't want to do it as opposed to I don't like using them. I don't mind using them. I mind putting them on and off. Apparently, that was a lot tighter than I thought it was. Oops. I have a no damage mod, so that doesn't seem to be working. Didn't say it was incompatible. But the truck shouldn't have taken any damage from it, those. So apparently that mod will also need to be updated. And I primarily run the no damage mod just because the AI occasionally does do stupid things. You know, if traffic's backed up and I kind of need to push someone out of the way. I don't want to damage the truck when I do it. It's also partly why I have the traffic violations turned off. Is sometimes the AI traffic does dumb things and you need to push them out of the way so you don't sit there forever. There might be a console command that cleared up too, but I'm okay with just running them over. Now, I've been in rainstorms where it looks like it's sunny right around you, cloudy around you, but you're getting rained on even though there isn't a cloud directly overhead. It's kind of cool. Holy shit, dude, you can make that. Come on. Another 280 miles to go. $970. At a certain point, your bank account becomes so huge that you kind of win the game. And I have $51.9 million. I really don't need drivers driving for me to make money. I'm not sure why the light bar on the snowplow is acting up, because it was working good before I put it all together. So I'm a little irritated about that, but the truck drives great, and now that all the fuel tanks and air tanks and stacks, all the visual stuff, accessories are back. Come on, get out of the way. It's like people don't know how to merge in real life. Yeah. If the light bar hadn't acted up on me, I'd probably be a lot happier. Might have to get a more substantial servo for the plow angle than what I'm currently running. It's Texas, we can speed. Everybody else in Texas speeds. But days like today are why I'm really kind of thankful I don't do garbage anymore. Because, yeah, doing trash, you get Thanksgiving off. The problem is now you got to work Saturday because you had Thursday off. And I'd rather not have a holiday off and still have my full weekend instead of have a holiday off and then have to work an extra day on the weekend to make up for having the holiday off. Like, 4th of July is a silly holiday to have off because fireworks don't start until after you're off work anyways. You should have the day after the 4th of July off. You know, because you stayed up late on the 4th launching fireworks. Kind of an interesting spring, just the water coming right out of the rock like that. Waffletopia. Waffles sound kind of good right now. I haven't actually looked to see if the community goal was met for the Halloween stuff. It's a lot louder in the truck than it was outside the truck. But I do got the cat from the Halloween event, and I think I do have the spider. I haven't looked. I generally don't go for the hanging items, so. And I just prefer driving outside. You get to see more of the scenery from outside the truck. And you get to see the truck and the load and the trailer. Which again, the last update that actually added texture to the road or bumps to the road. So you actually kind of see the trailer and the truck articulating separately from each other when you're rolling over bumps and stuff. It's kind of cool. Looks like the sun's come out, so. Somebody's ballooning in the rain.
Is it that? Where are you? In Colorado?
No, I'm in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want a hot air balloon in the rain. I suppose I'll have to figure out why the light bar on the snowplow isn't working. And maybe the next snowstorm I'll dump so much snow so that I can actually use it. It'd get about halfway down the driveway, and then there's just too much snow in front of it to push it anymore, so it just spin out. Even with a fair bit of weight in the truck. Which, I mean, to a real truck, 10 inches of snow isn't really that much. You know, there wasn't 10 inches on the driveway. Probably closer to 4, though. Yeah. 4 inches of snow is a lot of snow to a 14th scale vehicle. I mean, the plow's barely taller than the snow was. I suppose that means for deeper snow I'll have to build a plow for the CXT. Apparently I said to cruise at 60 and never sped up. I guess we can get up to 65 at least. Okay. The game has been up. The updates do kind of improve it every time they update it. They add a lot more stuff to the game. They add a lot more functions. You can adjust the the suspension height on the truck now. There's finally a moon in the night sky again. I thought there always had been. Well, not that there had been, but maybe there wasn't ever a moon in the sky. I don't actually remember. So, yeah, the trees and the shrubs and the grass are all spiffied up by a mod. But the rest of the graphics are the highest in-game settings you can get. Or maybe just under the highest. Had a little hitch there, but yeah. And the game can't actually push like a full 60 frames per second. You kind of got to set your settings to 59 frames a second. And then it'll run a lot smoother no matter what your graphics setting is. Still have a fair bit of work to do on the Grand Hauler. Need to tweak the bumper I made for it a little bit more. And then it'll be time to do its final assembly. Get all the speaker, not all of them, there's only one speaker in the truck. Get the speaker mounted up. Get the receiver mounted where I need it to be. Get some of the servo leads plugged into the sound kit. And then it'll be time to put the body back on that. And I still have a trailer to build. is content. It's just kind of been slow getting it done. Haven't streamed in a while. Didn't really have much going on today. Well, I don't have anything going on for today, so I thought I'd hop on and stream some American Truck Sim and hang out with people who want to swing by and who also don't have exciting plans, or maybe you're not in America and you're working today. Well, actually, a lot of Americans are working today, too. The Franklin Building Supply takes Thursday off, and then we also take Friday off. That's the other stuff that they put in the game that really kind of brings it to life. I do agree, though. They need to step up their game on their sounds. It's most mod trucks that come with their own sounds, or the free or paid for sound files you can get, just sound so much more crisp, a little more, well, in some cases a lot more realistic. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention and missed my exit, or if there just isn't a good way to get where I wanted to go. Alright, I ain't sticking that far out there, guys. Come on. Come on. Get your life together. I knew that was going to happen. As soon as I went, he started going again. Too realistic some days. Kind of spooky how accurate the AI is and being stupid. There's an unmarked road there. That doesn't go anywhere. I think I missed the exit. Or there isn't an exit. Oh, it looks like there's an on-ramp there. Huh. Yeah, I think I was yakking and just not paying attention to where I was going. Scenic route. Yeah, it was an off-ramp, so I just drove past it. Oops. Thankfully, there's plenty of places to turn around. Keep forgetting that the camera isn't always the same in every game, so when you switch games a lot, you sometimes forget which way the camera goes on the up and down. If you're wondering, I am playing on a gamepad, specifically an Xbox controller, because I drive truck in real life. I don't need a wheel and pedal setup to play the game. Oops. Gonna clip that sign a bit. Been over this part of Waco at all. Guess it maybe should have came the other way, so I'd be out in the left lane already. Yeah, there's a decent break in traffic. We'll be alright. Where do they want? Right over there. And I know it's kind of cheating driving from outside the cab, backing up, but it's a game and you can do that. If I could third person in real life, I would third person in real life. So that's leaving the truck running. Wheel loader from Burlington to Waco. 809 miles, took 17 hours, 53 minutes. Burned 110 gallons of fuel, and we made $52,095. Since we're here, let's see what they got for a job. They got silica from here to Raton. It is an urgent delivery. Well, that gets us up back to Gets us closer to Pueblo, so we can do that special transport. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and take it? Now, I do not have the advanced coupling on because advanced coupling doesn't work with one of the trucks, like the Ford. Yeah. Ford LTL 9000 mod I have does it does not like the advanced coupling, so I turned it off for that truck, and then I just haven't bothered to turn it back on. Again, it's a game, kind of isn't that big of a deal to me. That's quite the backup at the light there. It is one of the problems with heavier traffic. Of course, one person is blocking the lane, so nobody can get around him. We're just gonna mosey on up here. Saw that going. And that is why I have traffic violations turned off, because sometimes you just need to nudge the AI out of the way. Of course, I would also argue that it'd be nice to be able to shove real people out of the way. But that's frowned on. Or frowned upon, I should say. I should have actually charged up some batteries so I could have mobbed the CXT through the snow. But I didn't think of that. There's still Saturday and Sunday to go. Make a left turn up here anyways, so we'll just get in the left lane. That's how I drive in real life, is if I know I'm making a left turn, I will get over in the left lane. Usually as soon as possible. Primarily because it's easier for people to just fly around me on the right side than for me to try to fight over in traffic when I get closer to the turn to switch lanes. Especially oversized loads. And, well, and also part of the reason I'm always in the left lane if I know I'm going to make a left turn, like going through town and stuff. If something's sticking out and I'm in the right lane, there's usually going to be cars next to me, so I can't scoot to the left. What are you doing? Being dumb, that's what you're doing. We're running it. Since the charger's too busy talking on their phone or texting. Mustang. Especially going up, well, going through any town. I like being in the left lane when I'm oversized because, yeah, I don't have to worry about swerving into the left lane to avoid hitting something with the load. It's just easier. Politeness kind of be damned. I suppose it also depends on the area. Like, I know where I run, how traffic reacts, so it's pretty much easier to either stay in the left lane when it goes from 2 lane to 4, or to just merge into the left lane when it's clear and just stay there. Especially coming into Twin across the Bryan Bridge. If I need to make a left at Pole Line, I'll get in the left lane way before the bridge, because if I'm not there by the time I get to the bridge, nobody's going to let me over. If I'm going through Bellevue and Haley up to Ketchum, stay in the left lane through both Haley and Bellevue. Yeah, it's just easier. Plus, those are kind of small towns, so if people are parked along the curb, it really makes it hard to get an oversized load around them sometimes. So it's just easier. And I know that makes people mad, but not damaging the load and my safety is more important than not making you mad. That's just kind of how it is. I think as many times as I've been through here, I'd have more of that interchange done. We're staying at 69 all the way through here. Now see, here's one of those places where there should be a lot more traffic. Like a lot more traffic. I was going to have a video posted last weekend of the onboard air system, but filming did not go very well. So I don't really have any good footage for that. So I will have to refilm that at some point. And then I think mid-December I'll have a load or two of 80-foot trusses that I will have to be sure that all my cameras and stuff are charged and ready to go for that. So that'll be, I'll definitely want to film those, all of those. As anything really pushing over 75 feet is kind of rare. So I'm unsure on how many loads it'll be because there's enough of them that might actually put me overweight if I put all of the 80-foot trusses on in a single trip. We'll have to see how much they weigh and how many there are. I think there's 65, 68 80-foot trusses. They're also like 11'10" long or wide. It might be a little wider than that. I only just kind of glanced through the jobs we had coming up real quick and seen how many board footage that job was. I was like, holy crap, how many are there? And then I looked at what they were and I was like, oh, that's fine. So yeah, sometime in December, hopefully some video hauling 80-foot trusses. That job's actually big enough, even if I can get all the 80-footers on one trip. There's like another 40 trusses to also go with them. So that'll be two trucks, even if we do get all the long stuff on one truck. As 68 high, pretty much as tall as I can go on my truck before I'm over 13.6. Now my oversized load permit does allow me to get up to 15 feet high, but being that tall in a residential neighborhood or area, kind of asking for trouble. And the 80-foot trusses aren't for a house. They're probably for a shop or a spud seller. So I probably don't have to worry about low-hanging power lines because I'm pretty good about keeping the power and telephone lines way high out there in the country so people aren't, you don't have to worry about getting underneath them with a tractor or a combine. I was just going to ask, are we through all the speed up, slow down stuff, but we're not. The other thing I don't have turned on in the game are the detours. Like accidents and road events and stuff are set whatever the base game sets them at. But I turned the detours and stuff off because there's not enough road in the game sometimes to get around a detour in a timely fashion and not be late for the delivery. So it doesn't really improve the gameplay to have it on. I think it's better just to have it off. That's me though. Oh well. Run up here with some silica, and then we'll quick travel up to Pueblo and pick up one of those wind turbine blades. As it is a pretty neat load. The way the trailer steers itself is kind of cool. I like it. And like I said, it's pretty well done. Only issue I had was a me issue, not a game issue, so. And I saw that the second Space Marine game is getting delayed by quite a bit. I don't think it's coming out this year at all now. I didn't read the article, I just caught the headline, and I think it's coming out sometime next year now. And Starfield has moments where it's a lot of fun, and then other times it's a little tedious and not fun. So I haven't gotten a ton more done in that game. I mainly like playing with the shipbuilder more than anything. But I did get to the part of the story where you go to Earth and go to the NASA location and kind of uncover what ruined the Earth. Spoiler alert, it was people being dumb. And Earth's the only planet so far I've really kind of had a problem with. It's like, well, if this structure is going to survive, then other structures would have survived, but they kind of just randomly drew some points of interest to put on Earth and have be visible. I'm pretty sure pyramids will still be standing in 200 years or 300 years or whatever the game takes place. Hoover Dam, even if the mountains around it are completely gone, the Hoover Dam would still be there. Just a giant concrete monolith in the middle of nothing. there's the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Pyramid of Egypt. For some reason, they went with the Arch in St. Louis, Missouri, which I would be more inclined to believe that the Budweiser plant would survive several hundred years into the future, and the Arch would not. Just because a direct hit from a tornado would probably knock the Arch down. Whereas the Anheuser-Busch factory is pretty stout. I don't know how many places there are on Earth you can visit, but you know, you kind of have to have the game tell you where to go to find them. Why? It was green. Why did you stop, jackass? Because you're a jackass, that's why. Drake's Hot Burger. It's kind of an odd name, Hot Burger. Never had been any place that sells cold hamburgers, so one would kind of expect a burger to be hot. So the Mack actually does in real life, the M drive transmission will skip gears. The lower gears. You know what? I'm not crossing the highway to go into the West Scale house. Sorry. Not gonna do it. Can't make me. Seeing the trailer rock and sway and the twinkling stars. That's the good stuff. Probably do a better job staying in my lane. Pickup truck pulling a trailer going over the speed limit, that's pretty accurate. It'd also be kind of interesting if you could do, if you're doing like say 80, 85 in a 75 zone. And you'd still have somebody pass you because they just can't stand the thought of being behind a truck even if you're doing 10 mile an hour over the speed limit. Or they'd pass you and slow down to make you slow down because they're shitheads. Because that's a great way to piss a truck driver off if they're doing the speed limit, is you pass them and slow down so you're doing under the speed limit. Personally, I think if you do that, I should be allowed to pit you and carry on my way. But that's just me. We're not even doing 76 and we're kind of catching him again. I'd have to charge up some batteries tonight and take the CXT out and play in the snow with it tomorrow. Alright. Pickup truck, you're kind of pissing me off here. You're staying in it. Screw it. A little 12 o'clock on the morning and outlaw trucking. Roll 75 in a 60 zone through town. We're never gonna get rained on again. Guess we shouldn't blow through the stop sign. I don't understand why the lanes flop in Amarillo. I mean, I've been to a lot of cities where, you know, the main drag splits in one way, so one, and they're each side's one way only. I've never seen them flip-flop like that. Well, good, the lights aren't sequenced at all. Excellent. They're not timed and sequenced properly in Twin Falls either, so. It's a tunnel, you gotta blow the air horns. That's just a rule. Yeah, see, I don't know why they'd switch sides of the road like that. Probably to confuse people. Well, at least by the time we get up to Pueblo, get hooked onto that load, we should be at least driving that all daylight hours. Kind of silly to speed up to 75 when we're gonna go back down to 55 here. The world's most happy cattle. I like happy cows. Happy cows taste better. See, Dream Burger sounds better than Hot-a-Burger. Come on, 3 trucks should have triggered it. It's a little dark now. Rain. I think automatic high beams is something the game added now too, which seems a bit redundant to me, or unnecessary. Outlaw trucking crossing on a double yellow line. And a curve. on here and see what it looks like, because before I started the stream, I was looking at it, and this menu looks different. Yeah. It's total restoration. We got 5 stars on a condition, which I would hope so, since it only has 43,000 miles on it. It's not even broken yet. Part wear 1%. Fixed by part replacement. Average damage fixed by repair or part replacement. Repair or replace all. Okay. Oh, you can select what you do too. That's kind of neat. There's no point to do that. Confirm. Huh. So yeah, the truck does have a different wear aspect to it than previously. So that's kind of interesting. Wow. So why don't we just replace the tires? You can't really repair a tire. You can only really replace a tire. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, when you're in the repair shop, you'll have to pay a little more attention so you actually fix what you need to fix and replace what you need to replace. That's really kind of interesting. You might also have to check out the used truck dealer and see what that looks like too. Just want to look at the map here. That's just a side street. It's not anything important. I was thinking maybe we could cut over. But nope, that's all right. Yeah, the divided highway thing not counting both sides, kind of weird. I kind of understand why they do it, so you'd actually do more driving, but and technically I suppose you could just drive on opposing traffic.
Yeah, faster.
Wi-Fi and a pool. Must be a tiny pool. Come on, Bushnell, you were going there for a while. Kind of figured it'd go back up to 70, so we'll just run up to 70. Not much to see in the night sky when it's raining. also think I'm gonna have to get up here and get a snack in a bit. It's also nice to not get traffic fined anytime you make a right turn on red. Because that was always annoying. You'd come to a complete stop and then you'd turn and get fined for running a red light even though you were making a turn. That sign's way too far back. Actually, we'll skip it. I don't really need the points. Waco to Raton, 621 miles, took us 11 hours, 17 minutes, and we used 84.9 gallons of fuel. Continue. Quick travel. We're gonna go up here to upload. So we'll snag one of them wind turbines. Turbine blades. Go ahead and haul one of those. But first, we need a snack. Sorry about that. We're back. Yeah, 130 foot. It's actually 70 feet shorter than a real one. We'll pick one of those up. Immediately right here by Fuel Island, but they actually refill the tanks when you do the special transport. So instead of spending my money, just go down to get the special transport. Actually adds 2 new areas to the map too. The factory where they make the blades at is kind of cool. And of course it added a location to drop them off to. Then considering how big or how small the rest of the turbine parts are, the 130 foot blade makes a little more sense. At least it'll be daylight. Hopefully it won't rain, so we can check out that load a little bit better. That moon does look good though. Yeah, that's the new facility that got added. Because I definitely do not remember it being there previously. Apparently, tons of traffic. there. Yeah, there is road all around the facility, and I'm not sure where you can actually drive off to the back from or to. So yeah, there's Kansas on the map. That one just goes from Pueblo to Pueblo. There was another one that went up here somewhere. Oh well. Trucks, tanks, and refilled, and driving hours restored. Yeah, 130-foot blade. That's pretty long setup. Unfortunately, we're gonna get rain though. But the trailer looks fairly accurate to what we have out here in the United States. Like I said, the blade's a little undersized for what I usually see running down the highway. Do not drive out of the estimated route, nor to filling stations, rest stops, etc. You can only do 40 miles an hour. Watch out for the overtaking traffic. The change lane removers are kind of a pain in the butt, but we drive from inside because you can't see the trailer steer. So on our wind turbines, I mean, they're sticking above the cab. I think they're about 14 feet diameter. No, not quite. When they're on the trailer, they're about 14 feet high. They're every bit of 8 foot wide, I think. Then the blade, of course, is a lot wider. But the trailer looks pretty accurate to what we have, like I said, what I see. Usually at the front of the trailer, there's more of the blade bolted into the trailer front there. But then, yeah, the rear of the blade's just supported with a couple of straps to keep it from flopping around. So that is it. We'll turn on our blinkies. We'll get rolling out of here. Thank you. This thing's just so long, it's going to be kind of hard to steer it and show you the trailer steering. Yeah, the tighter you turn the truck, the tighter the trailer. Thanks, Gate. Yeah. The game's steering the trailer. I'm not doing any of that myself. I think it's neat. I think they did a good job with it. Yeah, last time I went right out of here. So, this is a little bit different route than the one I took previously. Yeah, so that's a bit of a problem there with the trailer. Now, they don't hold up traffic on the interstate for the blades. I get up to 38 and just kind of cruise at 38, I think. So yeah, those real tight turns around the bridges seem to be the only hang-up points with the trailer. And I actually think the guys hauling the blades that I see run probably 45, maybe 55 mile an hour down the interstate. They're not going super, super slow, but they are taking their time, that's for sure. And of course, you got a rear car. Yeah, the turbines, I see them hauling are over 13'6" tall, because there's usually the lead car has a height pole to check heights with. So I think they're 14 and a half foot tall. And then they usually have two rear vehicles. And it's not because of the width, it is just solely because of the length. Because when they come up on narrow spots of the road, they'll keep people from passing, so the truck can take up as much room as it needs. Yeah, the gentle turns and things the trailer's a little better at. It's really kind of cool that they added something this long to the game, and then got the trailer to steer fairly smoothly for the most part. Let's see how she does down here. Maybe if I start a little closer to where you need to be. That's a little smoother. That's a little smoother. That's cool. Yeah. I'd recommend when you do these is hug the center a little more when you're coming across that bridge if you're making a left. Now I know for the tower units, when they come through town, the escorts don't block traffic and they don't run red lights. They stop at the traffic light when the traffic light says to. Now the question is, okay, good. Those cars are going to go. I was worried sometimes when there's a police car off to the side like that, the AI won't go past. It's a long load for sure. So I want to say the tower sections I see most of the time are 100 feet long, and then the blades are 200 feet long. So you got 3 sections of tower, generator, nose cone, I guess we'll call it, that the blades bolt to. And then each of the 3 blades. So you're looking at 8 trucks to build a single turbine, and that's not counting however many trucks it takes to haul the crane in. So you need a fairly substantial crane to lift those generators up 300 feet in the air. They get pretty picky at you when you speed with the special transports, so I had one, the cop car glitched out. I had to cancel the contract because you couldn't drive past it. And I tried reloading it and it still glitched out, so unfortunately, the special transports, if you have a problem with them, you pretty much have to just take the $15,000 fine and cancel it and start over. That nice and smoothly. Yeah, those are some pretty stout cranes. Of course, with most special transports, you just get straight pull-up. So the headlights are part of the accessories pack. And it adds the strobes to the headlight units. It looks really cool. 91 miles, took 7 hours, 19 minutes. We only burned 12.5 gallons of fuel. And we made 10,000 bucks. All in all, not too shabby. But I think that's going to do it for streaming today. I appreciate you watching. Of course, since Thanksgiving is a pretty big holiday, I hope if you're traveling today or sometime over the weekend, you have safe travels. And I will catch you in the next one.